Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 21 of Civilization 5 as France. First of all, before I start, I'd just like to apologise on this and probably the next 3 or 4 videos if my microphone picks up the sound of the weather outside. The weather here in the UK is quite terrible at the moment. The wind is howling, it's whistling through doors and windows, and it's beating the rain against the window, and it's actually so loud that I can even hear it over the sound of the game with my very soundproof headset on, so it's quite nasty out there. So my microphone doesn't normally pick up background noise, but apologies to you if you do hear any of that on the recording. So where are we? Well, we finished our war with Ethiopia. We've managed to take their capital from them. We've also got Harare as well. What do I need to do now? Well, we need to go and deal with the Shoshone. They may be a little bit difficult. They do have artillery, which is good because it means they have dynamite. And the fact that they've got dynamite means that the Great Wall bonus is no longer going to save them. But we are going to have to work our way in and take out Onondaga, simply because if I leave them be, they are going to beat me. There's no question about it. They are well ahead of me in science and in tourism. And it's going to be quite nasty for me if we don't get them on side. Now, who are currently friendly with? They're friendly with the Iroquois. Now, we could actually get them on side, and I probably will do. They want voltology, and they want a road constructed. We could probably do both of those things. Well, the road might be a little bit difficult. I will get them on side before I declare war, because obviously I don't want to be fighting a war against city-states at the same time as having to fight the war against the Shoshone as well. At some point, we're going to have to go for Russia also, because they're getting quite big and stompy, but I think the Shoshone is the more immediate threat. So I'm going to be bringing as many of my units down through Kaisel back towards my capital as we can. These guys are going to start repairing some of these works here now. We did have a barbarian camp down there earlier, which was causing us a few problems. Austrian coup in Belgrade failed. Well, that's good for me. Now, the problem is most of the other players are quite small and are very unlikely to want to go to war. Are we still at war with Assyria? I remember now. It's been a little while. But yes, we are in a war with Assyria, which we helped somebody else join just to try and keep the... I think it was the Shoshone wanted to go to war with Syria. Assyria, not Syria. Although Assyria is now Syria. Yeah, I remember now. Again, this is the first video out of a batch of 5, so I've kind of forgotten what was going on. But now I remember we actually had... I think it was the Shoshone wanted to declare war on Syria, and we said we'd do it with them because it meant that they would be a little bit distracted. Paris has finished the East India Company. Still quite a lot of nice things we could do in here. I think what we're going... Well, there's a lot of stuff that we need to build. Let's get the hotel going because we want to improve our tourism. We may not be able to get the tourism or the cultural victory. We may have to go for another option, but we might as well still do everything that we can to try. We can go over here and get a mine. That will give us a bit more production here. What have we got? Great war bombers. You guys, as much as you can, are all going to try and get down to Paris. Not sure necessarily if we're going to be able to reach. I think I attempted it, but I don't think we could reach from where we were. Let's try and rebase you to Troy, because that's going to be closer. Lancer, you're a little bit dated now, but we will still keep you here for the time being. We'll get some more of our units down. We've got some great war infantry. Let's get you guys down to the... well, let's get you onto the road for starters, because if we can get you onto the road, you'll be able to move more quickly. So let's just try and get all of these units onto the road. You're just defending. You should also be moving down onto the road. You can get onto the road... You can get onto the road. Unit needing orders. You are going to build a chateau there. On to the next turn. Catherine has completed the Manhattan project. See, Russia are actually getting quite far ahead as well now, so... Maybe I was a little bit too slow with things, but we're going to do the best we can to try and... well, we're going to see the game through. Win or lose, we'll see it through to the end, because that's what we do. City-state's turn. Florence wants voltology. Making a decent amount of gold, so at least I'll be able to bribe any city-states that I need to make sure that they side with me and not the Shoshone. We've got a great musician. That is quite nice. Let's go ahead and... where is our great musician? Right, we don't have a space for a great work of music, apparently. That's the wrong button again. No, we do not. We need to get an opera house somewhere, I think. Where don't we have an opera house? Hurrah, Addis Ababa, Troy. Troy, you need an opera house. Where is Troy? Or is there anything else that we can build that would give us a great work of music? Or a slot for a great work of music? No. So, let's go to Troy. That's Leon. Where's Troy? Is that the one at the top? It is indeed. And you are going to... You need to build the Colosseum first. That's fine. We'll let you continue doing that. There's no rush to get him done. You guys have repaired that, so across the water, and you can repair the paddock there. Right, now we're starting to get our artillery and stuff down towards the front, which is what we're going to need. Taking Lake Simcoe should be relatively easy. Now, can we rebase as far as Paris? No, we cannot, unfortunately. We're just slightly short of doing that. So, yeah, I do think that I tried it before, now that I recall, and I moved them up to Addis Ababa as a defensive move when I realised they couldn't make it. But, once we get them upgraded to bombers, they may well be able to reach. We'll keep bringing these artillery down. I'm not going to declare war until I actually have some units down here on the front lines. A lot of these units still on the road and stuff. What have we got? We've got that Gatling gun. Get you down to here. So, obviously having to pass everything through Kaisel at the moment, which is not ideal, but at least Kaisel are still friendly. Looks like that thing insta-healed. There he is. Do some more damage to him. It is getting us some experience on our frigate, even though it's not particularly useful. You are going to hang tight for a few turns. Caravan, you are going to go... well, not to the Shoshone, that's for sure. Let's go and trade with the Russians, because we won't be going to war with them for a little while yet. It's going to take us quite some time to get through Lake Simcoe, Kwasame, and into Onondaga. Not going to have to take Brantford. I have to go in this way, so I need to take Lake Simcoe, and I'm most likely going to have to take out Kwasame, so we'll do what we can. Let's continue moving down. On to the next turn. So, there are going to be a few more turns here where I'm just going to be clicking next turn, next turn, next turn, because there's not an awful lot I can do. Got to keep my eye on Russia, of course, because there's every chance that they could declare war against me. When I do go to war with the Shoshone, I will ask Austria if they want to join me. They probably say no, but it's going to be worth doing it. The Iroquois are now an ally of Kabul. Where is Kabul? Down there, yes. We don't want them being friends with the Iroquois. 32. Let's go ahead and... well, we've got the money. Let's just go and throw you the full 1,000. You guys are going to build a mine. You guys are going to repair that. You guys are going to move down the road slightly and get into range of Lake Simcoe. You can go there and you should be fine. You are going to move here and you should be fine as well. Obviously, we will have a few units to take care of. Great War Bomber is just going to sleep. We have a privateer who's also going to sleep because there's not a lot else he can do. Gatling gun. I think this Gatling gun... I was thinking about leaving it up here just in case Russia tries something sneaky, because it looks like they might be attempting to. We'll get this artillery up here on this hill, and the other one will get ready to move into where the bananas are here. We will need some units on the front ground. Where has that ship gone? Can't see it now. Let's just go into alert mode. And continue getting these guys down here. It does take them a while, even though we are utilising the roads as best we can. We do need to get out a fair few units. Obviously, we've only got great war infantry, and Russia has great infantry now. You still can't do anything. You can get upgraded. And we definitely need some more units. Still in positive happiness, which is quite nice. Yeah, Russia and the Shoshone are both a problem, but I can only really deal with one of them at once, and I think the Shoshone are the bigger problem. They certainly have the higher score, and they've got quite a lot of nice wonders. New unit from Belgrade, that might actually be useful. So we're going to try and take Lake Simcoe as quickly as we can. City connection's broken, which means we have suddenly just... Oh, you are kidding me. That's very, very annoying. This section of road here, which is just popped up from Russia, has now meant that it's blocked off my road. I mean, I can defeat that by building another road section here, but I can't even do that at the moment because there's a Kaisel rifleman there, which is not great. We could go ahead and take Vladivostok, which we probably will need to do at some point. But yeah, that's made life a little bit more difficult. Let's try and set up these guys as much as we can. Do so like this. I think you're going to stay over here just in case these guys do decide that they're going to get aggressive. We'll bring this Great War Infantry down. Say they have to skip off the road now, which is going to make life a little bit more difficult for them. We are going to go ahead and bribe it is going to take us a lot of money to do it. The reason I'm doing it now is in case the Shoshone call my bluff. Orleans has finished the broadcast tower. Go ahead and get yourself a hotel here. Have we finished that Colosseum in Troy yet? No, one more turn. Artillery is going to set up. Artillery is going to set up. You're going to do nothing. Another artillery over here. Was that our free unit? Let's start getting you down towards the front if we can. You can't get to anywhere useful, so just skip the turn. You can actually now create a great work. Let's go ahead and do that. That must be the broadcast tower, of course, allows us to do that, so that's good. Great War Infantry, you can actually come up to the front because we can use you as a unit to try and grab Lake Simcoe. Do nothing for now. Unit needs orders. You're going to do nothing next turn. So, we'll declare war on the following turn, assuming, of course, Russia doesn't declare on us on this turn, and they haven't. We're 11 turns away from getting Great War Infantry, but I don't think I want to wait. And I have spent a lot of my money, so upgrading will be a little bit more difficult. But we should be able to take Lake Simcoe quite easily, especially if he's moving all of his troops off to the east to deal with Assyria. But yeah, I do have to watch what Russia's up to up here, because it looks very, very risky. Kaiser election rigged. Vladivostok is definitely going to have to fall at some point, that is for certain. We may adopt a policy. Do we want to go in and spend on another tenant? We could get 6 units maintenance free and receive 6 Foreign Legion infantry units immediately. That could be actually quite useful. Now, a lot of people tend to steer away from Volunteer Army because the way they see it is you get 6 free units. And 6 free units is nice in a pinch, but it doesn't really benefit you throughout the whole game. But it does. Remember, 6 units are maintenance free. That applies for the rest of the game. So even if you lose the 6 Foreign Legion infantry units, you still have 6 units that are maintenance free. That's 6 lots of gold that you're not having to pay money for. So potentially, if you've got 6 units that you're paying 4 gold per turn to maintain, that's 24 gold per turn that you're saving. So that can be very, very useful. That said, landmarks, great person yields, we haven't got any of those yet. Plus 15% production when building military units. That could be quite useful, because I think we are going to need a fair few. So let's go for Arsenal of Democracy. This is going to be quite an aggressive game towards the end. Troy's has finished its Colosseum. I think the best thing for Troy now might be... Let's get a shrine, because it's nice and quick to do. We're going to get a... Turn 1 temple, then we'll get a barracks in Paris. That will help out. Now that we've just managed to get that hotel, how does that change things on tourism? We're up to 74. We're still a massive amount behind the Iroquois. I mean, we are in second place with ease. But behind the Iroquois, we are massively behind. So we're going to have to do a lot about that. Leon has finished its academy. Let's go ahead and... Do we want the hydro plant here? We don't have a huge amount of... Oh, we do have a huge amount of aluminium. We've got 39 now. Yeah, well, we might as well get the hydro plant then. There's no reason why not to. You guys have done that. Not a lot over here for you to do now. I think I'm going to get you back up so you can start to build a road up here. And let's move some units down. You're going to set up for an attack. You're going to set up for an attack. Everyone's going to move in where they can. Got another artillery here that's going to come down. So what we are going to do is we are going to speak to Austria and say to Austria, shall we declare war against Hiawatha? No, she's not willing to do it. Okay. What about Morocco? Because he likes us quite a bit. Discuss. Shall we declare war against Hiawatha? No, he's not willing to do it. Would you even be willing to do it for a bribe? Declare war on Hiawatha. No, wouldn't be willing to do it. And I very much doubt Austria would because they're pansies. So, we are going to declare war. They've got a lot of allied city-states. We've got a couple of deals going and a couple of trade routes. Before we do this, let's just have a look and make sure none of those city-states are ones that we need to really concern ourselves with. Just having a look at any of the ones that are around near my borders. Not Genoa. Kabul's fine there on our side. Brussels. Be nice if you were on our side. 152. Yeah, we don't have enough gold to be able to bribe Brussels around. Although I don't think they're going to be a huge problem to us. Anybody else at all? Mombasa there on our side. Samarkand. You're allied with Ethiopia. That's fine. I think that's as good as we're going to be able to do it. So, let's go ahead and declare that war. Gonna have to build a couple more caravans now to get that sorted. A lot of junk here now on the screen that we need to get rid of. Lost a bit of happiness, of course, because we've got some trades finished there. So, we need to try and take Lake Simcoe. I don't think we actually have vision on it at the moment, so let's just go ahead and move forward with this unit. They've actually got a great general in there. This isn't one of their strongest cities. It only has a population of 12, so we should be able to do a relatively modest amount of damage to it. Because we've got 4 artillery that we can bombard it with. I'm also just going to move forward with that Lancer, just because I'm giving it more units to have to fire at, basically. You've gone ahead and built that. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're too far away. Are there any improvements that we could make over here that would be useful? Nothing needs really repairing. This place seems to have quite a lot of good tiles on it already. Is there anything here? We've got sheep, but again, they're out of range of all of the cities. You're going to build the chateau there. We could go ahead and get a chateau here. So let's go ahead and do that. Unit needing orders. You're going to stay there, I think, just in case Russia starts something. Which they might, especially now that I'm already at war with somebody. They may use that as an excuse to attack. We need to back away with these workers, of course. Let's go and... Again, there's not an awful lot of good tiles we can upgrade. I guess we could go down here and get an extra trading post or two. So let's think about doing that. On to the next turn. What are the Shoshone going to do? What are Russia going to do? Well, they didn't declare war on me. I was half expecting it. 10 turns away until plastic, so we will be able to upgrade to Great War Infantry not too distant future. Assyria lost its capital. Wow. Okay, so we did take some damage there. Right, now they've just suddenly moved a lot of units forward. Now, that is quite a nasty thing. I was hoping they wouldn't do that. They've just got a lot of units that's just come out of nowhere, basically. And they've just managed to get themselves an artillery, which is going to be problematic. Yeah, it's the problem with these Comanche, well, the Winged Hussars. They're very, very quick. We need to try and take these out as quickly as possible, really. And they've already got some units over here attacking Mombasa. Looks like Mombasa's holding its own. They've got a few anti-aircraft guns over there. But hopefully some of these guys can put pressure on them from the rear. So, we have, let's go for accuracy 2. Do we want to try and kill off these Comanche riders? I think we actually do. Would be nice to take the city out. We do want volley, but we also want accuracy. We want all the things, really, but we're going to do as much damage as we can. We're probably going to need all of these guys just to take one out. I really don't want to end up losing any artillery, but it might happen. Let's finish off this one. This guy's not going to be able to get to the artillery because of zone of control. So we should be fine there. You can't move in because of the distance. That's unfortunate. Paris, you're going to build a barracks because it's only one turn. You guys are going to stand fast. We have a great general now. We are going to move him up and put him up here because we'll be able to do even more damage that way. Another unit needs orders. We've got another artillery. Let's bring this artillery down to the front. We've got this guy, of course. Let's get him down to the front as well. Probably move the artillery a bit further now. Where do we want to put you? Let's get you right down here. You're going to fortify. And that's all we've got time for on this turn and therefore this video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Civilization 5. And I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.